Hi everybody, I'm Sneh Jain here, co-founder of the Baker's Dozen. We are today India's largest artisan bakery brand present across more than 20 cities pan-India. For the perishability and when we were looking at taking sourdough to every Indian home, we felt one of the things we needed to crack was the shelf life and the packaging. And that's where we actually are the only bakery in India to use a special innovative fresh lock packaging. So what that does is essentially packs the bread in an inert environment and it prevents any contamination from outside, thus extending the shelf life. So even today, when we have to transport products from our plant in Ahmedabad right till Calcutta, right, it's able to withstand those temperatures, and all of this without having to add preservatives, which was the ethos of the brand. So I would say our packaging innovation is what has helped us, scale up the perishable good in a way. So our international expansion will be spread out over two phases. First will be our slightly longer shelf life products like our sponge cakes, cookies, crackers, premix range. So we will start with those in these countries so that we establish a brand and start establishing a certain market presence in these countries. Whether it is Dubai is our first stop that we're looking at very soon. But it will also be your Singapore, Far East, other places around Asia, etc. Second phase would be is when we look at bread and the bread range. There, it might be a mix of some local manufacturing. We might tie up with some partners or have our own presence, depending on the country. Or otherwise, in some SKUs, we might even look at transporting it. But I think the export plan will be divided in these two phases. We have always been, though it's a bakery sector, and historically, most people don't associate bakery with being a very innovative or even a tech-enabled sector. Right? It's historically been associated with very small bakeries in each corner of the city, a very local small-scale industry in a way. But where I think where we have been able to stay ahead of the competition, and we wish that it will continue, is that we have been innovative on various fronts. So if I were to point four different main examples, right? One is, as I mentioned, our packaging innovation, which has kind of cracked the major bottleneck in this industry in terms of scaling. So that's one. Second, if I look at our product innovations, right, we are the only ones who do 100% whole wheat sponge cakes, for example. We do a fit needs range, which is directed only towards gluten-free, high protein, or specific dietary requirements. So that's on the product angle. Third, if I were to look at from a supply chain perspective, we are actually in-house building a data science-backed tech platform to estimate demand. So because in this industry, it's a lot about availability and ensuring that your product is available yet not dumped. So, you end up with wastages. So we are actually using data science and AI in some form to estimate our demand. On the supply chain, we are also implementing a company-wide ERP in a way where each and every product, each and every unit, even within, like, if there are 10 banana breads, we will be able to tell that which banana bread was made when and it is at which store. So there will be a unit level traceability. And lastly, I would say, the most important from a brand point of view is the marketing innovations. So, whether it is our revamped website, our app, enabling subscription options for the customer, and even looking at AR-based marketing, which we are actually going to be launching over the next few months, right? Where there will be recipes, etc., which will be on an AR platform. So these kind of four departments and the innovations is what has helped us stay ahead and will continue. I must say. So, if we were to look at an overall share, right, of our revenues, what was earlier, let's say, more towards modern trade and offline retail, like your supermarkets and hypermarkets, that shift has completely gone towards your e-com platforms, whether it is grocery aggregators like your Big Basket or Milk Basket, or even your quick commerce guys today, right? Whether it is your Swiggy, Instamart, Blinkit, and the others. I think that shift has been quite drastic. I would say it's almost gone from a 70-30 towards offline to a 70-30 towards online today in the last 2 years. Uh, I see this stabilizing, but I wouldn't see this going back to the to the offline days. I think they both will have their share, but increasingly customers are adopting online, especially for our product range.